Morning. How are you all?
Oh, most well, Shari. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are
I'm
you?
real good.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yeah.
You've been having fun. You've been living. Is that what I heard you say?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes. That's
Yeah.
when the question is, have you been living? And the answer is, oh yeah. Then you know, yes, things are good. Yes.
Yeah, things are good.
Oh,
Well, I
good.
had to go through my little grief eh,
Yeah.
period there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
As
and
appropriate. As appropriate. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, my daughter and my grandkids are coming soon,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
beginning
wow.
of June. I'm excited. Christian and his girlfriend are downstairs. They're sleeping. We're going to go get
Oh,
coffee
oh,
soon.
wow. Wow.
And we had a little party last night, but a
Excellent.
social distancing party.
Yes. Yes. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
So,
cool.
um, it's been so busy. I did not do my next segment.
Oh, that's all good. That's all good.
Oh,
I'm just glad you're here, and we can just focus on celebration and recap and all of this. So very, very,
oh,
very, very
yeah,
cool.
that would be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah. And I have some more things to do with the computer and things to deal with. I've just been busy.
yeah,
I've been busy.
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
busy playing. I hate to admit it.
No, no. Why do you hate to admit it? You should be proud to admit that you've been busy
Yeah,
playing. Yeah, no,
yeah,
no. This is appropriate. It's life
yeah.
is play. Life is play. So, yeah, when you feel like you want to finish the computer stuff, you can come up here if you want, at some point.
Yeah, 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 I do. And then I'm paying for all these things on GoDaddy that I don't need. And
Correct,
so if
correct.
in the next few days, if I hurry up and get to GoDaddy, they'll give me a refund.
Ah,
So
okay,
I
okay.
need to
So,
have that, I need to have that
yeah,
discussion with you, but
okay,
not right
okay,
now.
okay.
I
Sure,
haven't had
sure.
my coffee yet. So
Gotcha, gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha,
So
gotcha.
yeah, just yeah, I'm just looking at the very last thing about the self-talk.
Mm, mm. Very
Yeah.
important to self-talk. Very important
Yeah,
to
I've been,
watch the words and the language. Olivia is really excellent at this, by the way, to pay
yeah.
attention to that. So,
Oh, Olivia came over yesterday.
oh, good, oh, good,
Yeah.
oh, good,
We yeah, we had a really good time.
oh, good,
She helped me to antique the the potter outside with all the
oh, good,
plants.
oh,
We
good.
didn't know, we really didn't know what was going to happen. And after that, I brought her in and uh, we were going to paint, you
Excellent,
know,
excellent.
'cause she's been wanting to paint.
Yes, good,
And
good, good,
yeah,
good.
and then
Oh,
what happened was uh, we didn't I was painting and I said, Olivia, the spirits are coming through. I can't talk to you and
mm,
listen to them at the same time.
gotcha, gotcha. No
I
problem. Yeah,
said, I
good.
said, because she was on her device and stuff, and I said, that they don't work.
Mm,
The two of them don't work together. So she hung up on her phone, and she started to watch, and then she got inspired, and so I said, "Well, I
oh,
said I'm having a tug of war here." I said I can feel that the energies on the other side want to talk to me, but I
mm,
can't listen because I'm used to painting alone, so I
mm,
can hear
mm,
them.
mm.
So I said, either you can stay but knowing that I'm getting pulled, or I can bring you back now. And so she said, oh, she'll go back, and she went back and she painted.
Fantastic. Oh,
and
good.
she's and she's
Oh,
been,
good. Oh, I've
yeah,
been so eager for Olivia to paint again.
I
So,
know,
good,
I know. So
good,
we'll
good,
do this again, you know.
good, good, good. Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant, brilliant.
yeah.
And she's not too far away to come over in
Oh
person
no, it's a
sometime.
piece
So,
of cake.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
Oh,
it's
that's
good.
good to hear. Oh, that's
Yeah, and when we get together, it's pretty spontaneous.
yes.
Let's just
That's
say,
a part of
hey,
the magic with Olivia too.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
spontaneity.
I like the
Yeah,
spontaneity,
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, good, good, good. And again, for you too, to celebrate your spontaneity. Yes, we want to not have our life just be a complete chaotic mess, but also we want to have spontaneity in there so we can have controlled abandon. It doesn't have to be all control, all abandon. We can merge the two together. So, so this is a
Uh,
very cool way to be, very cool way to be.
uh-huh.
So you don't get lost in abandon, but you don't get lost in control either. You merge the two, and that seems to be what's happening for you now, which is fantastic. Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
very
Yeah.
exciting. Very exciting. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
But
Very cool.
what's really strange, and here
Mm,
again, I have a very active imagination, but I can feel like a presence from the other side, and it feels
mm.
almost as if the presence started coming through after Bruce passed away.
Interesting. Interesting.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what happened when Tara passed away as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. 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 Well.
I started channeling energies that, things
Mm,
that they were telling me.
mm, mm.
So, uh,
Acknowledge it and go with it and use it and make
yeah.
it work for you. You in
Well,
charge. That's the point, Sherry. You're in charge. That's it.
I'm going to make it work for me if that's what I hear.
Yep.
And then I can
Yep.
hear his name,
Wow. Wow.
I'm thinking, I almost called Tom Bruce. I thought, oh my God,
Wow. 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 Wow.
this is really, really weird. What do I think about that one?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
What am I supposed to think about that one, Leon? Beena.
Wow.
Beena. What?
Been there to go. Um,
Yeah.
but that's interesting. Don't put too much into it because Bruce is on your mind. Bruce is trying to come through and communicate, and in all likelihood, Bruce wants to resolve things and finish matters, and he wants to hear from you, likely that you accept his resolution of things. He tried to kind of hold on and have connectivities in while he was still here and all of this stuff. But I suspect now that he's there, he's saying, look, it's inappropriate. I need to let go, etc., etc. So it just finishing things so that he wants to know that you are resolved. Just he wants to set things right. Likely that's usually
Oh, yeah, because I was telling my daughter, when I was having those dreams, those visitations by him, I was saying, it was so hard.
mm,
Life with him was so hard,
mm,
you know.
mm,
Uh, it was challenging,
right.
very challenging. And I was talking about the days of doing the art shows and how stressed out I was,
Yeah.
and just how hard it was traveling around the country by myself and setting up the show and hoping I would get help and to support the family. And I think that he's trying to come through. His spirit is trying to come through to help me
Yeah.
to to reestablish my passion with my creativity.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. Exactly. And also to make peace with things. This is important. So, Sherry, in way of impeccability, this comes up regularly, and it's a way of looking at things. It's perspective shifting in its real profound way. And if one really goes into this in a deep way, everybody else who's been on the program, every single one, and looking back at things which at the time weren't pleasant, they now are shifting to look at it through the lens of way of impeccability. And that lens is to say, listen, I might not have enjoyed it then, but what did I learn as a consequence? What did I grow into as a consequence? What did it
Uh-huh.
prove to myself? For instance, somebody was in an abusive relationship for a long time, and they said, oh my goodness, I realized how amazingly persistent I was. I misused my persistence. It was inappropriate that I needed to be that persistent that long. But I stuck into it because I was just persistent in trying to make it work. I was persistent in trying to fix it, etc. So they realized that what they did came from a good place inside of them, and so that they realized, oh wow, that relationship, even though I stuck in it for, I don't know, in the case I'm thinking of, well, plenty of them, they were like decades, 2 3 decades. They said, What a way to prove to myself that I have the superpower of persistence or of patience or of goodness or of impeccability. It varies on the individual, but inevitably there is some profound, profound, profound life awareness that can come out
Yeah.
of looking back,
Well,
right?
well, my sisters, in hindsight, my sisters always wanted me to leave the relationship,
Hmm.
and it was abusive, quite
Right,
abusive at
right,
times.
right.
I didn't leave, and what I was doing at that point in my life was I was putting my energy into my creativity.
Right,
uh,
right,
and
right.
so basically it was a redirect.
There you go. There
It
you
was a
go.
redirect to my creativity. I
Yeah,
would not have produced my card deck. The thing is, I
exactly.
believe you have to live these
Yeah,
experiences.
yeah,
We're here to experience and to
yeah,
live these
yeah,
things.
yeah,
And if we
yeah,
don't live
yeah,
it, and
yeah, yeah. If we look,
then
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So if we look at this with this real profound shift of perspective, and this comes in the Biela series book, in the whole nobility conception, we shift to say that our point and purpose and logic of being in this reality is to learn to be perfect in imperfect circumstances. So you could say, like, we're angels, no, not religious angels, just the concept of an angel, a being that's everything is wonderful. But if you're in heaven, where heaven is in this concept where everything is all perfect, well, okay, it's problematic because you don't learn how to be perfect in imperfect circumstances. So the perfection is a bit flawed. Now it seems a contradiction in terms, but we are using perfection very loosely here. Ideal circumstances. So to be ideal in ideal circumstances, this is pretty easy. But to be ideal in unideal circumstances, this is a real challenge. This is a
Hmm.
worthy challenge. This, if we think of living as learning to be ideal in unideal circumstances, now we leverage ourselves to learn more than we even believed is capable, right? So you were in an unideal circumstance and you learned how to be ideal. You opened your doors, you broke your barriers to your creativity, you opened your doors to energy feeling and spirituality and everything like this. So this is an exercise I would recommend you do. Go through your relationship with Bruce and look at it through the lens of, what did I come away that was useful and valuable to me? Now, you're not saying it was nice, you are saying useful and valuable, right?
Oh, well, I've done this before.
Yeah.
That's how I survived for so many years,
Right, right.
you
Now I know
know.
you've done it before, but now you have a different lens to look at it through. You've
Yeah.
got, the lens of your dictionary of power and the lens of a greater conceptuality of ability to conceive and vocabulary to add to it. So it will greatly enhance what you are looking. So you can say, oh, how was your energy management? Did you have to learn to energy management? Did you have to learn the moon shift and so on and so on and so forth? It will just do the same exercise, but now you have more tools with which to give you a greater depth of perspective and appreciation of what you had found.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. There's always these things when we go back and look into them. There's much value to extract from it, and then we can come to peace with it. To say, hey, you know what? And start with the premise that you chose,
Oh, yeah.
and start with the premise that your higher self said, Sherry girl, you got some stuff that is valuable for you. Yeah, this might not be fun and nice, but in the context of eternity, what's a couple of decades? Who cares, right?
Three
This is
three decades.
right. What's 3 decades? But in light of eternity, what is 3 decades? It's nothing, right? So you say, okay, you kind of put yourself into a situation for the point of learning stuff. Why? Why did you choose to be in a situation that likely was going to be unpleasant? From your soul perspective, you could say your soul knew this wasn't going to be ideal, but it was up to you to learn the stuff you needed it. Just go through this from that perspective as an assumption, not whether it's true or not doesn't matter. You assuming that you chose to be there, and you're looking at the reasons why you chose to be there, but you chose from
There
like
was
your
some
your
good
higher
stuff
self.
about it too. I
Right,
mean, no,
right.
we did have fun.
Right,
We
right.
had
But
we
I
had
mean,
a
just
lot of
from a
fun.
learning and a growing perspective,
Yeah, from a
like
learning and growing. Yeah.
exactly like you're saying, oh, your future self kind of engineered this, and your future self, which kind of knows what's going on, said, oh, this would be a good exercise for you to do. It's
Okay.
just a magical exercise which gives us perspective, where we see the greater, deeper lessons. Like learning about energy management, learning about perspective shifting. Now, a lot of times we learn these things, but we don't have a name for them, right? And that's the
Yeah.
exercise. It's naming that app, naming that application, naming that power term. This is very useful when we realize, oh my goodness, you know what? I was learning persistence. I was learning impeccability. I was learning energy management. I was learning mood management. I just didn't realize it. To realize what it is we were learning is very, 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 very powerful.
Huh.
Changes
To
everything.
realize what we were learning.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
To realize that we have learned it and we just weren't aware that we were learning it. To become aware when you can put that name, that term, that conception onto it and have it in consciousness, then it's a self proof. You said, oh my goodness, all that time I was learning to be disciplined. I was learning to be focused. I was learning to be persistent. And now it becomes that past becomes a self proving memory, which is very
Huh.
different. Yes, it's very
Huh. You
powerful.
said a mouthful.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot in that. There's a lot in that.
You
You know.
said a mouthful.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to go out and take the trash out now
Okay.
because the
Okay.
trash people are going to come.
Yeah. 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 No.
And
Good. 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 No
I
problem.
totally spaced it out last night.
No worries. No worries. No worries.
We
So,
were out on the penthouse apartments having a good time.
no,
Uh,
excuse me.
you
Excuse me.
got one of those too when you were upstairs.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should I call you back or
Sure.
you know
Sure.
what I'd like to do is I
Hmm.
want to do another module
Oh
and I
yeah.
want to think about what you were just saying.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, come back. You've got until 8 o'clock, and then then Erica Jane comes on. So up until 8 o'clock, you can come back anytime. No problem.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
we can do another module, or we can go over what we just said. But this is a very big thing, and
no, I want to think about what
yeah,
was just said.
yeah,
Let me go take out the
okay,
trash. I'm afraid
okay,
they're going to
okay,
come
okay, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Don't be
I don't
distracted.
have any
You can't be
emptiness in
distracted.
my can.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem, no problem.
All
We
right.
we
All right.
okay,
Okay. Thank
okay.
you.
All right,
Bye.
see you soon. All right, bye bye.
Oh,
All right, there you are. Now I hear you. Yeah, yeah. Just
oh, is there somebody else there?
No, 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 no. I was talking to you. So no, I just said I didn't hear you right away. So, but
Yeah.
sometimes it takes a few seconds for the audio to connect. So,
Oh,
what were you thinking about while you did the
oh.
garbage?
I have four things I'm thinking about right now, and I'm trying to process four things at the same
Excellent,
time.
excellent.
And wait, let me think. Okay. I, all right. I'm just writing it down so that I
Good,
can
good. Take your
talk
time.
to
Take your
you.
time. Take your time. Do your laundry while I'm chatting to you. So, all good. Take your time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The first thing. Yeah, I'm thinking about that's all there. I'm thinking about all that too. But I have some decisions I have to make, and then here are my things that I have. They have a time frame on them. Uh, hold on, let me write that down. Okay. So the first thing is just briefly, I wanted to talk to you about the home repairs. I'm not doing an Airbnb now, and I said now, and I don't know if I will because I
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never
yeah,
know with
yeah.
myself.
Right.
So basically, I the contractor got back to me with the quotes, and it would cost about $6,500 to put in the shower upstairs, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't need that shower, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. So it's pretty good,
Um,
good quote as they
I
go, by the
I
way.
I thought
Yeah, but yeah, if you don't need it, then yeah,
yeah, is it?
yeah, it's a good quote. Yeah, usually to do a
Well,
shower is ten
I mean,
thousand or so, So yeah, it's pretty decent. I'm listening.
yeah. Well, it's the closet. It's the closet in the hallway could be transformed into a shower. I thought the quote was a little high, but maybe it's right in line, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's definitely line. Oh, absolutely.
So, but since Rochelle isn't actually moving and taking me up on coming to live here, I mean, I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
What do I
yeah,
need
it's
it
just
for?
something. No, you don't need it right now,
I
but
only I was
it does
gonna,
give you options when guests are there and stuff like that. So like now with Christian and that, you see. So it does.
yeah, I know, but I look at effort versus reward, the
Right,
effort
right.
versus reward now,
Yeah, but you have the whole bottom available. So there is a shower for guests like Christian, right? Right now.
Well, right now, until the apartment is rented, the apartment is
Correct.
not rented. The woman came by and she needs a full oven. She liked the place, but she would have rented if there was a full kitchen, but there isn't. So,
Oh, interesting.
it hasn't been rented yet.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Interesting.
yeah. So eventually it will get rented,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
See, and then
So I
that
don't know what
shower
to.
upstairs, it gives you that freedom where you can have that freedom where you can have a guest come and stay, like Christian or your daughter or anybody, and they can have their own shower. They don't have to use your shower. Right now Christian can use the shower of the apartment, but if the
I
apartment
know.
is
I
rented,
know.
it changes things. You see, so that it does give you a tremendous freedom. It does help you. It does help you a lot. So,
Oh,
um, you
to
know,
have the shower.
oh, absolutely. And then, later on, you have the freedom if you do want to do an Airbnb while you're away, traveling somewhere or whatever. It just gives you extra options and freedoms. And it's an important freedom to have, especially even if you have guests, like now with Christian, you see. So this does help a lot, right?
Yeah. Well, he's got to use the shower downstairs.
Right,
Yeah.
but right now
Yeah,
there's no
that's
tenant there.
true.
If there was a tenant there,
Yeah.
then
Uh-huh.
it would be a different logic, you see. So, so this is where it becomes valuable. It gives you that freedom of option because you're living there now. And you like having guests around, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, see right now I'm not feeling it because I don't have a tenant. So since I don't have a
correct,
tenant,
correct.
I've got the shower available
Yeah,
downstairs. Yes, they have to clean up
right,
afterwards and blah
right,
blah blah. But
right.
but I have to assume I'm going to get the tenant. If
Oh,
I assume
oh,
get
oh,
the
oh, you'll
tenant,
get a tenant
then
for
when
sure
people, yes,
because
you're right. When people,
yeah, because space in Sedona is at a premium. So you'll definitely get a tenant at some point. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So yeah.
well, I don't understand why Melody isn't. She doesn't seem to be moving on it. I
Yeah.
haven't heard of her having anyone.
Are they advertising it?
I haven't talked to her. I need to have a conversation with her.
Right,
She
right.
says that, I mean, that was the last thing here. Here's where you advertise. Now, I haven't heard from her. I think I need that today. I'm going to call her and say,
Yeah,
hey, where there's nobody coming to look, what's going on.
that's
But
important. It's
so
important.
you're, so I don't know what to tell Ron. I don't know whether to tell him do the shower. I mean,
Oh, I would.
it just sounds like
It's
with,
it's
and
something that you will need and want and like going forward. So this is going to be a big deal when you
then,
get a tenant,
yeah.
and you will get a tenant there, and so it gives you that freedom to have guests and to have them use that and all this. So it definitely helps you. Definitely helps you.
I can already see that. Yeah, maybe you're right
Yeah. Yeah.
because I can already see. Okay, there are always people
Right.
landing at my house. Well,
Exactly.
when you have a
Exactly.
house in Sedona, people come, right?
Exactly. And long term, if you ever decide you want to go away, you want to go traveling a bit, and even if you go away for a week, you can then do it as an Airbnb. That stage, that's just that separate part. So
No,
I just
I don't. If I go away for a week, I don't want to. I have all the stuff all my paintings, all my stuff that I really like out for me. Then I'd have
oh, I
to
see.
put it.
Okay.
I'd have to put everything in the closet, and
Right.
and lock
Okay.
the
Yeah. Well, then
closet
it's
up.
just for the guests. Then it's just for when people stay and visit, and then you have that where they can use that separate shower. I mean, it adds to your property value also, so it's always a good investment.
Yeah, just sounds. Yeah, I have to. I guess maybe if he did it. Well, my daughter's coming, so he wouldn't be doing it until after she leaves.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. See, now again, and your daughter can come, and just people visiting, it gives you that freedom where they're not using your bathroom, which is important to you. Your bathroom is very
Yeah.
private to you. So this is an important thing for you, So, right now, if your
Yeah.
daughter comes before
Yeah.
the apartment
Well,
downstairs is rented out, then you have that freedom. But you see, you can even, if you wanted to, if you have that shower in and you put the door in as well at the same time, then you get the option to have two full-time renters, not just one.
hmm
You know, so there's that aspect
yeah,
of
I
it
know, but
also.
I think what the problem is that I can't get the to put the bathroom downstairs is going to be very costly,
No, no, not
and
downstairs,
no,
upstairs.
no,
Uh,
no. I know I could put it upstairs, but uh, yeah, my nephew was saying, well, don't put it upstairs, put it downstairs. Who downstairs wants to come upstairs, to use a shower? It doesn't make sense. But
I don't know why it doesn't make sense. So what? You have to walk upstairs to take a shower. Why is that a big deal?
I don't know.
Come
It
upstairs to
gets,
do the toilet. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
yeah. Well, all right. You say you don't think it's an issue, huh?
No, they have to come up to the toilet there.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So
I
it's
guess
not like,
I guess
it's
that
like,
would be a
duh.
good
You know,
I guess it would be a good compromise because
right,
if it's going to
right.
be way too expensive to install it downstairs,
Yeah,
then this would be a good compromise.
well,
Just
it's
put
not
it
even a
upstairs.
compromise. It's like, for heaven's sake, you're coming up to the toilet, half a dozen times a day. How many ever times? The shower you're gonna do once a day. It's like big deal. You've got to walk
Yeah,
upstairs. Come on, how
yeah.
lazy are you really now? Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
well, all
seriously.
right, okay,
So no. And then
okay.
two, if you do the
Well,
door
maybe
at the same time, while they're doing the shower, have them put in a door between, there, right at
yeah.
where that is, so that you can close it off. And now it gives you the option to have that privacy, even if people are staying there. Like, okay, your daughter comes with her kids and that, you have that door closed. You don't have all that when they go to the shower and the kids. It's still private. When they come to you, now you open the door and it's a separate thing. So it gives you that measure
Oh,
of privacy, which is important to you. So the door and the shower
which
together.
door? Oh,
Right.
you mean the soundproof door, the solid door
Right
between the?
there, right there where the shower's gonna go, right there where that closet is, right there by the garage door. In other words, right,
Yeah.
between the your
No, no,
place.
no. I don't want to put the door there.
Oh, where did you want to
I
put the
don't want,
door then?
Melody was saying it would not help the property value of this house,
That doesn't
to
make
have
any
a door.
sense at all. I don't say this. Some of these people say things that absolutely make no sense at all. How is that door going to affect the property value? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I
you
don't
you
know.
you, when you have a property that has extra like spaces like this that you can use it to rent, and this, it can only increase. Now without the door, the upstairs and the downstairs, not the apartment, the downstairs, that becomes one space. How has this
Yeah,
not increased your property value? Sorry, Melody, but no, no, no. This is
yeah.
complete
Oh,
mindlessness. Forget the property value. You want it for your own convenience. Besides, putting a door in is not a problem. It's not all that expensive once it's in. If ever you don't want it, you just take a screwdriver and you unscrew the door from its hinges, and there you go. You can leave the frame in and just remove the door. It's not a problem. You know, it's a
mhm.
simple thing to remove. And so,
Is it going to change the way that place looks? With a
oh, it's
door
just a
there?
frame. It's just a frame that you put the frame in and you put a big door in there. You can even put a sliding door in there. But you have, so it just keeps it
No.
separate because again, take your daughter coming and her kids, right? And they're gonna stay there. To have that door
No,
closed.
no. When my daughter comes, guess what? She gets my bedroom, my bed, and I go downstairs to sleep.
Oh, well, okay, then that changes it. But all right, like if Christian was there and there was a tenant there, you see, now he's using this bathroom upstairs, and you just living in the same space as people, whereas you may want to have a little bit of privacy. And okay, you upstairs, you keep that door closed in the
Yeah,
evening at night.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe Tom is staying there with you, and you're not in their space, they're not in your space. So it just gives you that
Yeah,
option.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, maybe it would give me more. I haven't. you know, the reason I didn't do it is because the reason I was thinking about all that money out the door, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's your quality of life, So
Yeah.
it changes things quite considerably. If you are going to have guests, then the shower and the door make sense. If you're not going to have guests, then neither. No, those apply.
Well, all right. Well, that herein lies the question. Herein lies the question. I don't have a crystal ball for the future. You know, I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm going to be
Hmm.
doing, but I can only assume that guests will come. Okay.
Exactly, exactly. But strategically,
You know,
it does something
I
else
guess I
beside the
have to make
guests.
that assumption.
Right. But it gives you something else beside that. It gives you the option to have two renters.
Yeah.
Without the door,
Yeah.
you can't have two renters, you see? So
Yeah. Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is a great strategic option. So
Well, the
even if
thing
you
is,
don't have guests,
I'm not finding it so easy to get a renter in the first place. So
that's
it's not in my,
yeah,
it hasn't presented itself in
right,
my field of reality yet, you
right.
know, and
Well,
since it
it
hasn't
yeah,
presented, I'm not that motivated to do it because,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I need
Well, that's just a
a
price
motivate.
issue then, and that's all. And maybe COVID now, people aren't. But now, as things start to open up again, your renters will come. Renting is just a matter of patience, that's it. So that's not an issue, So it's just a matter of patience. Yeah.
Yeah, but here again, I think that don't you think the COVID's going to start again by the fall?
Oh, absolutely. But then people want to have their own spaces. So again, oh yeah, I will definitely come back for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about
Well,
come back, Beena just came back. So hello, Beena.
yeah. Right. Hi, Beena. So
Hi,
you,
hi Shay.
hi, hi. So it sounds, Leon, you still think it's a good idea because
Oh
it's going
yeah,
to give
because
me
it's
my options.
correct. It gives you options and choices. And anytime you increase your options and choices, it is strategically viable and good and sensible. Things change, but you can change with it. If you feel, well, you know what, I need to have two tenants, or I'm not getting long term tenants because people are scared to commit, and then you can use it for Airbnb. So it just gives you options. You can use it for guests. You can do all sorts of things, but
Well,
having the door and the shower gives you options.
the thing with the Airbnb is like I'm not that excited about Airbnb,
No,
you
I
know,
understand, but it
around
might
me
just be
while
the
I'm
only
living in
option
this.
that you have at some point. You see, so if it's a question of income and not income, now it changes the balance. If you need that, if you don't need it, okay. But either
Yeah.
way, my point is it's about options. You can do it if things change and you want to. You can have two tenants, you can have guests, you can have, you have it open if you like. If like say you got somebody staying there, like your daughter with the kids, and you staying downstairs, you leave the door open. Yeah. So you get all these options. It's options, 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 options. You see.
Hmm.
So whenever
Hmm.
you have options in a place and for yourself, it increases not only value for the property, but it increases value for you when you have options. Great, more
So
choices,
what
more
I
value.
have to, okay, so increase value and options. Okay. Uh-huh.
Right. Yeah. Whenever we
So
increase
basically,
options, we get
I'm
an
looking
increase
at
in
the
value.
effort. I'm looking at the effort versus the reward
Yeah.
thing right
Yeah.
now. And
Exactly.
I'm saying
Exactly. Yeah.
the effort right now, the effort doesn't feel real good because why doesn't it feel real good? It doesn't feel real good because I don't see people coming my way wanting to rent. So I'm
Oh
thinking,
well,
what
but
am I going
that's
to put
that.
this
But
for?
that's based on what? I mean, that's just a feeling. That's perception based on how long have you had the place available for rent now? Is there an add up?
Well, I have to talk to Melody this
Right.
morning.
You see,
I
so
didn't bother her
it's
because it's the weekend. You know, I'll talk
exactly.
to her.
So again, that perception that you believe that the people don't want to rent the place, it's not a realistic perception.
Well,
People
that's
do.
true. This woman loved this place. It's just that she happened to be a professional cook. All right.
Right,
So
right,
not everyone's going to be a professional chef. There are plenty of
right,
single people out
right.
there, you know, that don't sit
Oh,
around
it's
and
one
cook,
person. You
you
can't,
know.
one swallow doesn't a
Yeah.
summer make. So you can't judge everybody just by one person's
Yeah.
preference.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
has a
Yeah. Yeah.
particular need that she's looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's looking
Yeah.
for a
All right.
specialized place. So yeah, yeah, that's
All
a
right. So the effort versus the reward. It's like, yeah.
wow, wow.
Well, then would he be able to work here when I wasn't here? Because, you know, if it gets
Oh,
hot, I wanted. I want to go up in the woods and camp.
Oh,
I don't want
sure,
to be
you know,
sitting here
yeah,
babysitting while he's,
yeah. No, you don't
you
need to.
know.
And beside which, you can have him. Contractors, they typically like to come early in the morning. You can have him come early, you know. So, or come when you are there. Just say these are the times you come, and then that's it.
Yeah, but I'm not that way. I'm not that predictable, Leon. I
Okay.
don't
Well,
have
either
that.
way, I mean, if you know the
All
guy,
right, we could work it out. I know the guy. Here's the
there you
key. Just
go.
you leave
There
me
you go.
alone and do. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Uh, do I need to get other quotes or just go with him?
If
Because
you know him, it's a good quote,
yeah,
So yeah, I would just go with
just
him if
do
you
it.
already
Just
know him.
do it because
Exactly. Exactly.
I know him and I just trust him. And, if I start all over again, it's
Fine.
going to put more
Fine.
roadblocks
Fine.
and
Fine.
obstacles up
Fine.
because this
Fine.
isn't my favorite activity,
Exactly. Also, since he's doing the closet and the shower right there, he's going to be working on that space. So to do the door and the frame at the same time, it makes total sense because he's going to be working on that, and it's going to change the way the shower door is. You see, so it's part of the same. He's going to be opening that wall up to put the shower in. To put the frame in, it's not going to be much extra for the door there. It's not going to be much
um,
extra expense. You see, so
yeah.
it's not going to considerably add to the price, because he's already working right
Okay.
there
All
on that
right.
space.
Okay.
So
All
you might
right.
as well just
Okay.
do it. So
All right. Bite the bullet and do it. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the
All
door's
right.
not going to add much. The physical
Okay.
door will be more than the labor, probably. I'd imagine. So yeah, well,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe he'll do a part trade. His wife, we were going to do that. Maybe we can get that in, get some artwork in
exactly,
for his wife.
exactly,
Yeah, just to get
exactly.
that cost down.
Perfect,
Okay.
perfect.
All
Exactly.
right, that's making sense. All right, for the
Options,
options versus,
options.
yeah,
Exactly.
options. I wasn't feeling the options. Well, I think what I had to do was I had to get through this phase of enjoying my home and saying, okay, this is working for me. I can paint here. I'm happy here, blah, blah, blah. This is what I had to get into that. And now that I've completed that, I've been like, oh, yeah, this is good. I can paint here. I've started to paint, this is what's happening, families coming, blah, blah, blah. So,
Excellent.
now I'm seeing that the next thing can happen. Okay. All right,
Exactly.
good. Now, what about now the website? Now, here's the thing. I wanted to ask you this real
Sure,
quick.
sure, sure.
Oh,
No
so that
problem.
was good. That was very good. Thank you. That showed me something. I was all set to tell him I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
uh, uh, you got me thinking again. If I could just get
Good.
past, spending the money,
Right, right,
uh,
right, right. This
yeah.
is a great investment. Don't think of it as spending money, but think of it as an investment. It's an
All right.
investment into
Okay.
options. It's an
All
investment
right.
into freedom. It's an investment into choice. So, and
Okay.
it
Invest.
definitely will add to the value of your house. No doubt about that. I don't know Melody's idea, but ask any realtor will tell you. Of course, it's going to add profoundly to the value of your house. So, yeah,
So add to the value of the house. Give me
yeah. Oh,
freedom,
really? Oh,
freedom,
oh,
options. Yeah, it gives me a ton of
oh, yeah. I
options.
mean, if you have a,
I mean,
a
I could have somebody that needs a place and I don't want to be in town. This is a very common scenario.
Exactly, exactly. So that door and the shower gives you that option. Okay, somebody can come and stay while you're not there, and bingo, it's not a problem. Your space, you don't have to do stuff.
Yeah,
So that's it. You have very
yeah.
little to manage it. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Now here's the next thing is that I am spending $143.88. GoDaddy charges me that
per year
for
or
one year.
per
1 year. It's an annual fee, and I was shocked by how much that was.
yeah,
And it's for the ShariSylvieArt.com. I have another website. I have artwork
yeah,
by Shari.
yeah.
And I have
So
Shari Sylvie Art. So I went
yeah,
on to Shari Sylvie Art and I looked at it and I said, the only reason why I created this second website was because I was going to go to galleries and I wanted them then to see, my real traditional artwork.
oh,
Well,
and is there any reason you can't have the traditional artwork on art
Well,
by
that's exactly it. So I went back to Artwork by Shari and I looked at the pieces of art that I really love and I said, well, a lot of those traditional pieces are on Artwork by Shari. So
there
why
you
don't
go.
I just why don't I just unload that site, have Roger save it just in case I need it, but why don't I have it
Yeah,
credited to back to my
I
account?
agree. I agree. I
You
agree.
agree with that?
Oh
Okay,
yeah. Oh yeah.
because that was a big chunk of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really, okay. The next thing, all right, so I'll call them and get rid of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next thing is I have, I don't even know what this is, the power to transform biz for
Again, you don't need it.
$25.17.
You
Well,
don't need
what
it.
is it? What in the world is that?
Dot biz is just an alternative um, um, website. You can have dot com, dot biz, dot net. There's all sorts of things. So it's
Oh,
just a website.
is it associated with selling my card deck on
Yeah, I would
Amazon?
imagine so. I mean, just put that address into it. I'll look it up for you right now. So it's the power to transform dot biz. It's just a website like dot com. It's just a different website.
Well, but I don't understand what it's for. I don't get it.
I'm saying I'm going to have a look there and you see.
Yeah.
So all it does is it actually just redirects you to artwork by Shari. I'll show you.
Oh, well then why? All right. So,
So you can let it go. There's no value to it, none whatsoever.
well, isn't it,
If somebody searches for artwork by Shari,
yeah.
or the power to transform dot biz, whatever that site is, it doesn't do anything except redirect people. But you have your card deck on artwork by Shari, so you don't need that. Don't need it. So you can let that go too. So
Well, why would they be okay? So the power to transform biz, if they were,
the idea likely was to set up a separate website for the card deck, but
oh,
it's not necessary. It's not necessary.
okay. So let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. Now the next thing is like, I'm paying 36. Okay. This one I need $36.34. Artwork by Shari.
Correct. This
Obviously,
one
I
you
need
need.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the last one is this one. For $56, I have ShariSylvie.com
Don't
and
need it either.
SylvieArt.com. What
Yeah.
the
No.
heck?
Nope. Don't need it. Don't need it. So those were somebody was just reserving all of these domain names in your favor. But
Well, I
again,
think someone, Roger said it's protecting my name,
correct. Correct. Correct.
Well,
So
don't I need my name protected? Do I?
yeah, you can. Depends on how much you're going to be doing with this art going into the future.
Well,
So
here again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what I'm going to
right,
be doing because
right.
we're in
So
COVID time. I
you
have
know,
no clue what I'm going to be
yeah,
doing. I
yeah.
don't know
Well,
whether,
yeah. I mean, it's just not going to stay like this forever. So just think normal times in the future. Some form of normalcy will come back. So let's see what SherrySylvie.com. Let's see what this brings up. Likely it just redirects to artwork by Sherry as well. Let's see. I'm just waiting for it.
yeah.
Oh, it's taking a long time to load. Okay, so sherrysylvie.com. And that was Silvey, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Nothing, it can't be reached, so it's not doing anything. So,
Well, it's kind of like, what I've learned from this thing is tightening up.
yeah, yeah,
It feels like everything I want to do is like really tightening up and being able to direct what I
right,
want to direct,
right.
you know? And,
I wouldn't worry too much about protecting your name. What is
okay.
somebody going to do with sherrysylvie.com?
I don't know. How would I know? I don't know. Roger just told me to buy
No,
it.
I know, but it's not like you out in the public and you've got lots of stuff in galleries and all this. And if that does come up, then you can just renew this and retake it out. It's unlikely that somebody else is going to take it, and so
Yeah, I don't really
you can
care
you can
about
have
all that.
.com, .net, it's not a thing anymore. So I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, yeah, let it go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I
When
should
if you're looking
probably,
to if you're looking to take all these extra costs out. This is one of them that,
Well, it's just that it's like I'd like to be able to tighten up,
that's it.
and
So then this is
you
one
know,
place that you can decidedly tighten up. Absolutely.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense for me, all these
Right.
unseen expenses, that
Yeah.
you know, especially in this time frame with the COVID, we don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So, you know, that
Exactly.
there's that part of me that says, hey, tighten up, keep
Yeah.
it tight. Is that faulty thinking, or does that make sense?
No, no, no. It's ideal. It's good to be frugal in even in good times, So
Yeah.
if you don't need it, why waste,
Yeah,
So
well, that's it. That's exactly it. Okay. All right. All right. Um, Now the other thing is, what was I was gonna talk about Jolene, I don't know
right, right.
I
Have you
don't know
heard
what
from
to
her?
think. Well, well, here, let me go get the letter, the little thing she wants me to sign. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I cannot understand the behavior. Oh, hi. I can't understand that behavior, and I'm trying to understand it. Uh, she wanted me to sign. Here's the deal. Um, Wait, let me ask my nephew if he can fix this thing. Hold on one second.
Hi. Hey, hi, Christian.
And say hi to Leon.
Hi, Leon.
Hey, how are you, man? How are you? How are you?
Fantastic.
Ah, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, it's good to hear your voice. He talks about you all the time, so it's nice that you stay in there. So good deal, good deal.
Yeah. And
Brilliant.
I'm sure you have a amazing view up there.
Yes, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I
Frozen.
can't show you right now, but we do. Yeah, same like Shari. Yeah,
Yeah.
similar, similar.
Yeah, but now that you're downstairs, you don't have that view.
Well, I still have a good view, but not quite the same. Yeah,
You just
Yeah,
have to go outside.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Well,
okay.
I
Well,
can
this
look
is
through the window if I
I
open the
need a
windows up.
power. I just need a screwdriver, right?
Yeah, and other screws missing.
It went down in there somewhere.
Okay.
Oh,
Ah,
the
sounds like
the
fun.
the, the doors, the cupboard door came off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, I think what I need to do is to. I have a number of things to contemplate right now.
gotcha. Yes,
And,
yes, yes. And did you get the letter from Jolene? So we
oh
can
yeah,
look
I
at that
got
real
it
quick.
here. All right. Okay, it's right here. It says, I, Shari Sylvie, hereby acknowledge that I did not pay the penalty of $1,500 for early termination of the lease as required under the terms of the lease agreement for the guest house at Lizard Head. In addition, I did not provide the required 30 days written notice of my intention to, she wants me to admit I didn't give the 30-day written notice of my intention to terminate the lease. Therefore, I understand that the security deposit and the cleaning deposit will not be returned to me.
Okay.
So, so I'm fine with that,
Yeah, yeah.
but, but,
That's finishes things, that terminates things, and she just wants to have a certainty that you can't that when you're done with this, you can't say, oh, where's my security deposit, and sue her for the security deposit.
oh,
So
is
it
that where she's coming from?
yeah, and she's just covering her backside. So yeah, this is fair enough.
Oh, see, but when she was very angry when I didn't sign this. I said I have to show it to my daughter, and I thought that maybe my daughter thought that maybe she wants me to sign it because it's admitting that I didn't give this, and then in case she
Right,
wants to sue
right,
me. So
right,
I
right.
don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sue her for this. She had the letter.
No, and she's not. I doubt if she's going to sue you because that's going to be a lot of money. And if she doesn't think you have money, what's the point of suing you?
Yeah.
Good luck. So
Well, she was very angry, so I don't know. She was
angry
shaking
at
her head.
what? Angry that you didn't want to sign it.
Right. Yeah. So,
Well, it's just inconvenience. So just tell her, look, I'm just slow on doing things. So um, you know.
yeah, my daughter doesn't think it's a good idea to sign it, though.
Well, she's saying you might lock yourself into a commitment for something here. But nonetheless, if you look at the totality of that document, it is saying that the security and the cleaning deposit is in lieu of the 1,500. See, so it balances out. So if she takes us to court, well, they're going to say, look, clearly the intent here was to say this was in lieu of that. So life is easy. There's no case in court. There's no case in
Maybe I should just text her and just. I'm distracted now. I have to get off.
Yeah, yeah. I would say sign it and get her out of your life. That's what she wants. She wants closure. You want the closure. That's what you asked her for,
Right.
didn't you?
Here's another screw. Is this it?
Oh no, that's the next.
Oh, okay. I heard everything you said, and I'm going to get off now
Okay.
because I have to get down to Phoenix today. I have a lot going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No
I'm
problem.
going
No
down,
problem.
and I think I'm going to bring Tom back up here. You know?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, it's
There
because
you
there's
go.
more room to roam around here than
Yeah,
there is down there, and it's not so hot. You know?
yeah. Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well,
Good
have a
deal.
wonderful day,
You too. You too. You
and
too.
I hope to have another module get
Excellent.
going for me.
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
All
Very
right.
exciting. Very exciting.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Take
Bye bye,
care.
Shari.
Bye.
Be good. Be good. All right.
All right.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Okay.